Yo, what's up my sexy viewers? It's Paul, and guess what? I'm bringing a Regigigas Moveset video for the NU tier. Yes, a Moveset video. These aren't going to be happening too much because I am going to be putting a lot of work into these Moveset videos, especially this one. And I really only want to provide Moveset videos for stuff that I have actually used, because in this Moveset video is going to be very detailed. I'm going to be going over the Moveset and how I intended it to be used. I'm also going to provide damage calculations so you can see, okay, this is, how much damage it'll take from a lot of the common special threats in the NU tier. I'm also going to provide gameplay of this set in use in actual battle, because it's one thing to have the set on paper and it's another to actually see it firsthand and what it can do. So let's go over the moveset and the EVs that we have. So this is going to be a specially defensive Regigigas. I tried to look up Regigigas Moveset videos on YouTube, and I only saw two. One was from like 4 years ago. The other one was kind of similar to mine. It had two different attacking moves, but it was still specially defensive, because normal type is a really good specially defensive typing, because the only super effective hits against it are fighting. And basically, there's not a lot of special fighting moves, especially in the NU tier. The most common one is Focus Blast, and there aren't a lot of special fighting type Pokemon, so Focus Blast isn't going to be doing too much. So yes, base 110 special defense, that's amazing with 110 HP. This thing is a wall, and the reason why you want it as a wall is because of its shitty ability, which is Slow Start. On switching, this Pokemon's attack and speed are half for 5 turns. So its attack becomes 178 and its speed becomes 120, because Pokemon rounds up numbers. So this thing is going to be really slow. And so the way we're going to have it as a special wall, and it's also a set that can gain momentum and possibly sweep teams. And if done right, or if given the right situation, it can take out at least 2 to 3 Pokemon on its own before going down and, basically neutering part of the enemy team. So the way we have it is T-Wave. You want T-Wave so you can make it slower, and then you can start setting up substitutes, hoping that it either gets paralyzed or it misses, and then you're basically stalling out the slow start. And as much as this is a special wall, you want to use it to gain momentum, which is what Power Punch is for, to raise the attack by 1. And then whatever you can't hit with Power Punch, you hit with Heavy Slam. And so that pretty much gives you perfect coverage in a way, so that the only Pokemon this is walled by somewhat is Rotom Fan, and Rotom Fan isn't really that common in the NU tier, so you really don't have to worry about it all that much. And so yeah, I have some other versions, a bit different EV spreads. I like to invest 12 instead of 4 or 8 in speed, so I can outspeed other Regigigas or Pokemon of the same species. We have this set here, which is meant to outspeed base 45 Pokemon. So in case like you want to set up on a Credilli or a Granbull, although with Play Rough as a defensive, Granbull will be able to break the sub. But if you get it on Credilli, you can set up the substitute and then start power punching and heavy slamming away. So, but I prefer this set because you just want the more bulk, you don't really need the speed. And this other one, if you want to outspeed base 50 things like Carving, you invest 160 in speed. You may want to invest, maybe instead of special defense, invest in HP. But I really, this is pretty much the preferred set, the EV spread. And so this thing really does a lot of work. And so now I'm going to show you guys some damage calcs and explain them a little bit, and then yeah, we'll head into some gameplay. Alrighty, so what we have here is a damage calc with a timid specs Pyroar, since that is fairly common in the NU tier. And as you can see, you can say fully specially defensive Regigigas, this set. A Hyper Voice does rounded up between 31 and 37%. And Fire Blast does 38 to 45%, meaning both of those are at least a 3-hit KO with or without leftovers recovery. The next one that we have is against a timid Life Orb Cryogonal, and Ice Beam does only 25 to 30% damage, so it's enough to break a sub if you get one up. And Hidden Power Fighting, which is pretty uncommon, but some do carry it, does between 23 and 27%, so it has a good chance to not break the sub if it is Life Orb. If it's not, then if you get up a substitute, it'll take 2 hits from the Cryogonal to break the sub. Next is a Vivillon. A Vivillon with a 1 quiver dam sub, timid Life Orb. A Hurricane does between 44 and 52%, meaning it is also a guaranteed 3-hit KO. And Bug Buzz does between 36 and 43%, also 3-hit KO. Now, if for whatever reason the opponent has a Lantern, and a pretty standard Lantern, even if it's fully special defensive or defensive, or in this case the one that is provided by Smogon is mixed defensive, that pretty much any move it does, either Volt Switch or Scald, will take 3 hits to break a sub if you get a sub up on it, meaning that you're able to set up really easily on a Lantern if given the right opportunity. Next we have a timid Scarfed Magmortar with Fire Blast doing between 28 and 34%, so that's going to be a guaranteed 4 to 5 hit KO. And Focus Blast does between 38 and 44%, also being a 4-hit KO after leftovers recovery. Now this is a Omastar, modest nature, and most of the time they carry either White Herb or Focus Sash. So even with a Shell Smash up at +2 special attack, modest, Surf does between 47 and 56%, a guaranteed 3-hit KO after leftovers recovery. And Ice Beam only does 32 to 38%, which is the same damage as Earth Power because they're both 90 base power. Last but not least, we have probably the most threatening and common special attacker in the NU tier, being timid Scarf Typhlosion, with Eruption at full health doing 35 to 42%, guaranteed 3-hit KO, 3 to 4 hit KO after leftovers recovery. And then Focus Blast, which is pretty much on all Typhlosions because it just lacks better coverage, does between 38 and 44%, which is also, both of them are basically a 3 to 4 hit KO after leftovers recovery. And even with the timid Specs variant, which isn't common but some people do run it, Eruption will be at least a 2-hit KO doing 52 to 62%, but that's not that common. And if so, if you lead off with it, you can get a T-Wave off, and that just neuters it. And then Focus Blast does between 55 and 66%, also a guaranteed 2-hit KO. Now I'm going to show some gameplay of this Regigigas set in action, and I'll let you just watch it. Alrighty, this is going to be the end of the moveset video. Hopefully it was informative and enjoyable enough so that you may just want to use Regigigas. Because like I said, he needs the love. And if you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like or a comment. Let me know what you think about it. And maybe give me a suggestion of a Pokemon that I should come up with a moveset for. I will try to do it. And, I'll see what I can do. Because I really put a lot of effort into this. And I will put a lot of effort into every moveset video. It's basically going to be the same format. I'm going to show you the moveset, explain it, show gameplay of it, and as well as calcs. Yeah. See you next time.